Hi, welcome to our third lesson on learning how to play piano for worship. This is the beginner's course 103. In this course, you will learn how to use the sustain pedal in order to play effectively. This will be a very interesting course, yet a very important section, because learning how to use the sustain pedal will give you a very great advantage in terms of holding your notes down. Let me introduce to you the three different pedals on the piano. This left one over here, then the center one, and finally the right one. Most of the time, I wouldn't touch the left two, but I'll be using the right one, which is also called the sustain pedal. To give you an idea how this sounds like, let me play the C chord by just holding it down without the sustain pedal first. So the C chord goes like this. Okay. You realize that basically when I press down the keys, like I hold down the keys for 4 counts. Let me show you how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I lift up. The C sounds goes away almost immediately. Let me show you with the sustain pedal. So I'm going to hold down the C and going to hold down the sustain pedal at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, and go. C, 2, 3, 4. And when I release the C, you can still hear that the sound continues to echo for a while. This is especially important when you play this basic playing style that we have learned in the last lesson. Because if you play the basic playing style without the sustain pedal, this is how it would sound like. C, 2, 3, 4, and release. Now, if you hear it with the sustain pedal, and yet again, as you can see, the video is always shooting at my foot so that you can see exactly what I'm going to do. So if I play it with the sustain pedal, here it would sound like C, 2, 3, 4, and I release. Can you hear how the sound actually joins together? Okay, very good. Now here comes our first exercise. In this case, I want to take you step by step. So the first exercise is to step down on the very first chord that you're playing. So for example, if you play the C major chord, you step down on the C major chord and you release at the 4N count. This is how I'll count. I'll count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4N. At the N itself, you release. So this is what I mean. If I'm playing the C chord, it'll go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4N. And then I release it. Okay? This is not exactly how I play with the sustain pedal, but I just want you to get the feel of it first. So let's run through the whole of still with this stepping on 1, releasing on the 4N. Of course, if there are only 2 counts, then we'll step on 1 yet again and we'll release at the 2N. Okay, and this time I'll just bring you through a little bit slower than the 75 beats per minute so that at least you get used to it. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3, and go. C, 2, 3, 4, and A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, and A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, G, 2, C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, and G, 2, and A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, and G, 2, and C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, and G, 2, and A, C, 2, 3, 4, and. Do you catch that? I think it might be a little bit fast at first, but I need you to just try it out over and over again because this sustain pedal is a very powerful tool. Now let's move on. I'm going to show you the actual way that I actually use the sustain pedal now. And this way is slightly harder, and hence I wanted to introduce you the first way first, which is just to release your pedal at either the 4 end or the 2 end. And now I'll show you how I actually use the sustain pedal. I'm just going to play the first 4 chords: C, A minor, F, and G, and just follow through as I'm going through these chords. So 1, 2, 3, and go. C, 2, 3, 4, and A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4. Do you see what I did? Basically, what I tried to do is to merge the sound as closely as possible. So the pedal was only lifted up and stepped down almost immediately just before the second chord came in. So for example, C, I stepped down all the way. I waited just before the A minor chord came in. I lifted and I stepped again. Okay, I think this would take some time for you to get used to it. So I'd like you to just practice it and then try it again with those 4 chords over and over until you're familiar with this. Okay, for now, I'll just show you how it goes like with the whole song of Still in 75 beats per minute. Just take note that this lesson would take some time in order for you to develop a feel for the sustain pedal. The sustain pedal is not an easy one to get at, but once you get it, it will come very naturally and it will make the song sound much more continuous. So let me put on the metronome and we'll start playing the whole of C in a basic playing style, but right now with the sustain pedal. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, and A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, G, 2, C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, G, 2, A, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, G, 2, C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, G, 2, C, 2, 3, 4. Notice how when I ended, I'm still holding on to the sustain pedal, so you can see that the sound just continues to echo just a little while before you actually lift it off the sustain pedal. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. As per normal, I will be playing the flute melody at the end of this video so that you can hear how it sounds like with the whole song of Still in that sense. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.